nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero.
My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are well. It's a great day. We're about to start. And this time I'm going to do Gegenpressing, right? I'm going to have a video. My mother-in-law had to go. My family's a lot of issues, man. Today my mother-in-law had to go to the hospital. She has to go for an operation. So yeah, whenever I start getting into a rhythm, I have to start looking after the family. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to. Yeah, she's got a slip disc, so it's quite bad, and she will have to go in for an operation. Yeah, discs and spines and that stuff is quite serious, man. So yeah, okay. Before we go, guys, don't forget, right? Don't forget. I will say it out now. We have a show coming up on Netflix. I want you guys to, if you're on Netflix, if you get a chance to watch it, I strongly recommend that you check this one out. Okay, this is going to be about the whole FIFA, right? The story behind FIFA, the dirty stories of FIFA. Yes. I was there. I know. I won't say I've seen everything, but they are truly not the most. How would I put it? Yeah. Okay. Basically, all dons of the footballing world. Seriously, you just got to check this out when you get a chance to. I have nothing positive to say about them, and when they've gone around, right? I mean, seriously. I know of football associations, right? They get basically it's gifts for votes sometimes. Yeah, that's how it works, right? So you suddenly find this, gifts for votes and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of it in there. You will see it in this documentary because we knew about it because when we started covering the story, I think most of us that were asking these questions were asking these hard questions. All did it at the same time. I'll show you something as well. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. This. Okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. I was there for this, man. Goal project, right? This is the goal project they did in Sri Lanka. Right. So, we quite a few of us were basically told in uncertain terms there were certain questions we couldn't ask. I still remember the day. It was like me and a couple of other journals from the UK, we were just looking at each other going, then we were like, okay, then we'll do it another way. Yeah, but watch out for the Netflix video because there's going to be stuff in there that a lot of people may have heard of, but there's a lot of detail that go into it. Yeah, a lot of detail, man. So yeah, I'm going to be, I know, my mother-in-law with a spinal injury, she doesn't have a spinal injury, more like her the disc came out quite a fair bit and it's hurting her. So, yeah, need to talk to my wife about how we're going to manage this, yeah. Because I try to get helpers, right? Helpers to come and work with us, stay in the house and look after. I mean, I was willing to pay for a helper to look after the family, but the last one we got was so horrible, so terrible. I mean, I had to end up like, seriously, she couldn't do half the stuff. And we're not mean. I mean, I'm not mean. I mean, like, I'll look after them. They get their own room and, they'll have a day off. They can hang out with their friends. They pay it well. But I remember she kept jumping onto my computer in the middle of the night. My camera was on. So I was like, I know what's going on. For me, it's like honesty is the best policy, right? So I I've had bad experiences with helpers, man. Once in Singapore, I had a helper, and I insisted I wanted to hire my own. But my mother-in-law, she said, no, I want to bring one in. The neighbor, she's the helper there. She's very good, and we'll get a sister. And I went, that's not the way you decide whether someone is good or not. Then she says, no. That you know me. I mean, you never argue with parents, right? So I say, okay, whatever. All right. Then one day, as I'm driving my car home, I see my back then a four-year-old son walking down the street by himself. I park the car. I go in. I look at my son. I go like, holy cow, this is tough, man. So I carried my son. I mean, it wasn't very far away from the house, right? So he just opened the front gate and he's just happily walking down the street. Thank goodness the street is a small street. So I stopped the car, put him in the car, drove home, parked the car, carried him out, carried him. Mother-in-law is upstairs in her room doing something with the clothes. And I go straight into where the helper was. I looked at the helper. I found him on the street. And now so I just handed her walking orders on the spot. Please pack your stuff. You're leaving. You're going back to your country of origin, man, tomorrow. Yeah, so this is going to be quite tough. So yeah, we're going to have there's going to be slight issues with content in the next couple of days while we sort this out. So yeah, I'll do my best to cover a lot of the things that I normally do on the streams, cut them down and hopefully put them out. So that's my approach. That's the way I'm going to try and handle things in the next couple of days. There's one video that I managed to put that I've already laid. It's about opposition instructions. I wanted to do something about mentality, but I'll do it on today's show. So then I'll cut that down and I'll put it out as well. So yeah, that's my plan moving forward. At least I can kill two birds with one stone. Okay, so let's get cracking. Anyway, guys, as you probably know, the game is going to be coming out tomorrow. Okay, let's just be frank. The game is definitely not coming out tomorrow. It's probably going to come out tonight because they always release the game one day earlier. I mean, they do this all the time. I think it's got to do with bonuses in the UK. Bonuses. I mean, I worked in a corporate environment before. If you tell them you're going to release the game on the 9th and you do it on the 8th as one day earlier, you've met a KPIs here, collect your bonus. I'm damn sure it's coming out one day earlier. Okay, there's no way it's coming out tomorrow. So it'll probably be out later tonight. So you get things like the pre-game editor as well. Now, other things as well, when the game does launch tomorrow, don't expect any match engine changes and don't expect a match engine update, meaning when you go to the forum sometimes when there's a new game, right? When a game is released, like tomorrow, it's the date of release, right? So there won't be like a list of, these are the match engine changes versus the beta. No, the game on release date is the game that it's supposed to be. So that's ground zero. So the engine, like when you come into the game right now, if you go to, I think it's detail level, right? No, it's not detail level. It's, where is it? Is it game status? Yeah, it's game status. When you go in here, you see match engine 2305. They'll have this match engine number. So tomorrow, I think it'll be 23, but they'll give it a new number. So these numbers will be different. And it'll be it'll be the same match engine, right? I guarantee you it's going to be the same match engine. There's no way it's going to be a new match engine tomorrow. Because there aren't enough game-breaking issues with the match engine. I do admit there's one or two, but these are minor. Most of them boil down to the fact that most people aren't sure about what this does anymore, right? So I'm going to explain this very quickly on the show today. And then, and a lot of people are probably making mistakes with this as well, right? Thinking it does something different. And so right now the game is different. Don't expect major match engine changes when it releases tomorrow. Is the game impossible to defend? No. Is the game the same as 22? Of course not. Now, to play this game well, you're going to have to understand certain things. They're slightly different. If you go in right now and you apply the same rules that you did last year, I mean, even if I were to go in right now and pop in my tactic from last season, some of them might be okay, but not a lot of them are going to work. Principally because when you import a tactic from FM22, you're going to have to decide what your trap instructions are. You're going to also have to decide what your defensive line instructions are because they're going to change, right? So there was an offside trap last time. Now there's no offside trap. And some people have asked that question, have asked a very relevant question. Is there an offside trap when we play step up more? I'm going to answer those questions today. But first up, catch up with chat first. Once again, we're going to do Gegenpressing once I've done a simple explanation of what has changed. Okay, so for ahead of tomorrow. I know for a fact there won't be a match engine chain. Will they massively tweak match engine? I think guys are no, they won't. They won't. I don't think so, because internally they will have yardsticks inside SI towers. There are a couple of people they will listen to in terms of the ones who are playing the game. Most of the people, of course, they'll take the feedback of the community in general. Let me just put it this way. There was a time, I'll give you an idea of what SI is like, right? Okay. There, a couple of years ago, they made a match engine was really, really good, right? Okay. And it proved to be really hard to break, right? So only a few people in the world could play it really well, and that was internally and some of the other guys outside. And I think it was a handful, like 5 or 6. And then it hit the beta. During the beta phase, everyone was complaining they couldn't score goals, right? Now, we knew that the match engine was very good. SI went in there and they made changes because they took the feedback seriously. They thought, okay, fine, people are struggling. Let's do something about it. So SI do listen to feedback, but they won't just knee jerk. Right? It won't be a knee jerk reaction to maybe 10 people posting the same comment over and over again. They don't do that, because while the 10 people, it's very hard to it's very hard to know whether it's the driver of the car sometimes, because when you do something on the forums, you post it, sometimes you don't give details about your tactic, what you've done. And so SI are going to be like, okay, so maybe, they look at your PK and go like, we can explain this away, we can explain that away. I don't think so. Maybe, did he try this? Did he try that? No. You see what I'm getting to? Because internally, they might have people that can play the game really well, right? And they're not having issues. Like, when people complain about the ball over the top, everybody seems to be complaining about the ball over the top. And then you've got me. And you got a few other guys who are not having the same problem. So when those guys are not having the same problem, SI is going to also have people within their match engine team who are not having the same problem. And they'll be just like me, inside a meeting room vociferously demanding that nothing be changed. So you're going to have those voices. They're going to be fighting with a lot of other voices as well. And SI will take certain things into consideration. Like, there might be, and I do agree, at times, situations where the two central defenders do a split like this. They do that, and I've seen it. And I know that this doesn't seem logical. SI might address that. But they won't do it now, because if they do it now, they rush something into production and it might be a problem. The window, remember, it's only been a week, right? So SI has never done a change like that. So most likely, if there's going to be an update to the game, it'll come most probably before the January transfer update. So if you guys out there, seriously, my advice to anybody who's thinking of whether to get the game, if you're thinking, do I go out and get the game now? Well, try out the demo. It should be out tomorrow. So when the demo comes out, give it a go. But remember this, right? Try and understand content creators as well. Everybody has a different perspective of how they want to approach the game. Some might enjoy certain features of the game, some might not. You know me. Have you gone see me go and attend a press conference? You might like press conferences. I hate press conferences. So I probably will not attend a single press conference. So we have different things we like about the game. So try the game out for yourself. And I will say one thing, don't take my word for it. Watch me play, but don't take my word for it. Watch others play, keep an open mind. If you are on the fence about getting the game, don't get the game. Try the demo first. All right. Okay, so let's go into the game very quickly. So there are some questions here. Won't they tweak the glorious runs by the ball-playing defenders? They might, no? They might. I suspect they will. Because right now, the way I'm using the ball-playing defender is almost a hack. Yeah. So I'm very certain I don't think they're going to tweak it now, because I know that it was on the radar. They wanted to see the ball-playing defender make those kind of runs based on my conversations with the match engine team about 2 years ago. Right? We talked about it 2 years ago. There was a lot of back and forth discussion between me and the match engine team about making the ball-playing defender a bit more ambitious. And they agreed that they were looking at doing it. They also told me straight up they're gonna try and do it the ball playing defender. So I know that was on their radar. And will they tweak it for tomorrow's release? No way, not tomorrow. Yeah. It's 2 days. It's because it doesn't. See, the thing is, only becomes a hack if you can do it with a non-league team. And I've already tried it with a non-league team. You saw what happened. I tried with Tyrone Mings. It didn't work. Tyrone Mings kept giving the ball away. So as far as they're concerned, when they see that, they're gonna go, okay, fine, doesn't work with everyone. It's not a hack. That's the reason why. And when you see players like that in real life doing the runs they do, Rudiger does it, Matip does it, a few defenders have done it. Defenders actually, players actually, what do you call it? They adjust, right? They fall off, fall away, fall off, drop back. I don't know. Yeah, they kind of move away from them. Yeah. Is there any role that you believe is OP until now? OP. The word OP is a very dangerous word because people start latching on to this and start saying Daljit said it's OP. If played well by the guy creating the tactics, some roles can be OP. I've shown how almost unstoppable the ball playing defender is, right? So that is a very strong role if you know how to use it. I think the Mazala inside forward combination is very strong in the game. I think these roles are good. I think among all the strikers, my favorite role right now is the one that doesn't leave for the channel. That's the pressing forward and support. So right now at the top of my list of strikers that I want to use, the pressing forward on support is the first one I'm going to look at, man. Because in every single game I've played so far, the pressing forward support makes me smile the most. The others, not so much. Hey, Mr. Culture Left Foot, how are you, man? I always approach mentality as risk-taking, correct? That's how you should approach it. Can you try and play with Betis? No, today what we're going to do is, I'm going to do a mentality explanation, right? So I'm going to explain mentality for everyone because I said it at the top of the show. I might have some trouble this week putting out content because my mother-in-law needs to get an operation. And that means that my situation is kind of difficult at the moment. So yeah. So I'm going to try and kill 2 birds with one. So I still want to help the community out, especially at this point when game launches. So I'm trying to juggle a few things at the same time. Thankfully, my sons are mature enough. 6 years old and 4 years old, he says they're mature. Oh man, what have I been smoking? You guys want some of that? Okay. All right. So, okay, let's talk about, okay guys, before we begin, okay, I'm going to talk about mentality right now. All right. So, yeah. So what has SI changed in the game? What's different from this year to last year? Now, if you go to the FMFC blog, you will notice that they've written about changes they made to mentality on the scale, right? So they've done some changes to very defensive and very attacking. Essentially, what this means is, with the way these mentalities are going to play now, it's going to be very different from the way the mentalities played last year. If you go into the game, Football Manager 22, and you try very defensive mentality out, you would find certain roles playing very cautiously, right? Transitions take too long to develop because nobody's looking up for the attacking duty. On top of that, you hardly ever see an attacking duty ever come back. Now, on Football Manager 23, things have changed. What SI has done with mentality is kind of like I won't say it's very subtle, right? There's no I don't see a major change, but when you start looking at the way roles and duties are performing, then you suddenly see the changes. When you start looking at all these duties, you spot the changes immediately. Now, if I were to play this tactic right now on very defensive, right? Okay. A lot of these roles on the pitch, one might think transitions take too long, right? No. Look at this. You've got higher press, higher line of engagement, and a higher defensive line. Yes, when you lower mentality, this is lowered a bit, but this is still a high block. So your players are still going to try and play in the opposition third. They're still going to try and prevent short goalkeeper distribution if you have the roles and duties to do that. Secondly, when you're playing on these lower mentalities, duties like this, all these attacking duties, they're going to bust the gut to come back. So they will help you defend. This player is definitely going to come back and defend, right? He's on support duty. He's definitely going to get back, right? So he's going to come back and try and help you win the ball. This player is going to try and help you win the ball. So on very defensive mentalities, they will drop back. But because they're playing in advanced positions as well, when you win the ball back, some roles, like the ball-playing defender, maybe the sweeper keeper, the wing-back on attack, if they see a counter-attacking opportunity present itself, they're going to initiate it straight away if it makes sense. Because now on lower mentalities, they don't take so much risk. So they don't take so much risk in making passes as well. So they will play the pass they can play. This is very important. If his passing is 7 and you're playing in a league where everybody's like 13, of course he's going to hoof the ball away because he ain't a good passer of the ball, right? But if his passing is decent, he might try to play one down the line for a quick counter attack. And if you play a wider width settings, he might go diagonal. Like, the trend. Okay, this SI has got to address, right? There are one too many of these diagonal passes in the game. So on lower mentalities, there's a strong likelihood players are going to come back and defend. If you're playing 2 strikers on attack duty, if you're attacking this way, on a lower mentality that's advanced forward, he's going to come back and help you defend. He's going to be behind the ball, right? He's going to pay attention to the line of engagement, right? So your line of engagement becomes very important. Your line of engagement and your high defensive line set the flow of the tactic. So this is how mentality is now playing. So mentality becomes a risk modifier, but on lower mentalities, players are going to start coming back. Defensive, they start coming back. The moment you hit cautious, then you see the difference. Some of these players, they will be cautious about bursting up. This guy might not come back anymore. Then as you move the mentality scale higher and higher and higher, okay, then they start taking more risks with their movement. They might take more risks with the way they pass the ball. Sometimes it might not be a good chance, right? It might not be 70-30%. Maybe the pass is not in his toolkit, but higher mentalities, he might even try the pass out. So these are things that are going to happen on lower mentalities. It does mean certain things. One, I've noticed as well that now in FM23, width has changed a lot, right? Last year, width was good, but it wasn't fantastic. The moment you go wide, you don't always see cross diagonals. Now, when you go to wide and you have the rolls playing on the flanks that can benefit from this, they will try to play the diagonal pass. And then when look the other major change I noticed on FM23 is tempo. Tempo is sweet. If you find very often when I'm playing the game right now, I'm noticing that a lot of tempo changes are happening, right? Sometimes I see players, they are going in, shooting and missing. Yeah, change their tempo, slow the game down. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to try a form of Gegenpressing. Okay, so I'm going to go fairly narrow because I want to keep the ball. We're going to do this, right? We're going to go maximum. This is Gegenpressing, right? Okay, we're going to play on high tempo. Okay, and then we're going to come into the opposition instructions. We're going to play this game like a Gegenpressing setup. Okay, so this is OIs that you will use in a Gegenpressing system. We are triggering the press on the back line. We are going to show the fullbacks on inside. This is what he does, left and right, opposite. Then we got hard tackle, the center. We're going to tell the wingers to cross the ball and the other players to weak foot. Okay, now this was not designed originally as a Gegenpressing system, but we're going to see if it works. Okay, I'm going to play this guy as a wing back. I do not want to... one thing about me when I'm playing Gegenpressing, right? If I want to play Gegenpressing, I'm very careful. Now, the thing is this. Does Gegenpressing always work? No. Because right now, if the AI can sit back in a low block and hit on the counter, it sometimes doesn't work. Okay. So as you can see, this game was played entirely on very defensive mentality. It's the same tactic. I'm using the same tactic here. This is very defensive mentality, right? A very defensive mentality. I'm not suggesting everybody go out and play very defensive mentality as a way out of. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that you can if you want to. Is it the best way of playing? No, it's not. Because you're going to struggle sometimes. Because by the time your very defensive mentality gets into attack, since you're depending on 1 or 2 or 3 players, you better have some attacking duties. I don't have. I only have support duties, right? So the only attacking duties are the 2 in the middle. All right, so let's. So if I wanted to create like a deep block, I'll probably play a slightly different system where I have an attack duty here. Maybe this guy's on support, so I get these 2 guys on attack. Yeah, that would make more sense. This is definitely not a gig. I mean, not one of those. Marius Wolf, why aren't you on the pitch? We made another mistake. Okay, we've got to watch this on comprehensive highlights. So we're playing from right to left. Let's see how we do Gegenpressing style. Remember, I've got OIs, right? So what are my OIs doing? You see all these guys here? The moment they make a mistake, 1, 2, 3, 4 are supposed to snap. Okay. Secondly, I got mark tight on these two guys as a PI. So any player that comes into their zone, we're gonna mark them tight. 3, these guys, when they get the ball and they bring the ball up, I want them to pass inside where we're gonna hard tackle the group. That's what my OIs are doing. So you can see them trying to win the ball back. That is Gegenpressing in action. Okay. Immediately they've got a yellow card. So how do I play Gegenpressing? I see yellow card, I run. I start running at defenses. Where does a running at defense work from? Yeah, not a yellow card. Where does a running at defense work from? Running at defense happens in the opposition half. I don't know how many times we've been saying this. We've been saying this for the last 25 years. Ever since the game was invented, this instruction hasn't changed. Run at defense is just dribble into their third. I mean, basically, you pick the ball up in the half. It kicks in when they have the ball in their half, right? So when you're attacking them. It doesn't mean your defender is going to run. It does not mean that this guy is going to run a defense from this position. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay. If you think about it, a lot of the instructions here in the game are commonsensical. Run a defense. Who do you think is going to run the defense? Attackers. Where do you think they're going to run the defense from? Their half. Obvious. Okay. Man, if we all need to give everybody a bloody manual for every single instruction in the game, it'll be sad, man. Royce, Leo. See what has happened? High tempo. We're going to gegenpress. We'll gegenpress. Okay. Higher tempo gegenpressing, right? Okay. So what do we want to do anything else? No. I don't do ball into box. Okay. Okay. This is it. Max. Step up more. Do we want to do trap inside, trap outside? Okay. When does this work? This is a trap, right? Okay. I can trap inside. Because why am I trapping inside as opposed to outside? 2 reasons why. In the game of Football Manager or any game in football, if you do a trap inside, you open the center up because you're drawing these guys up the pitch, right? So you're trapping all these guys in the center. Then we have 2 players here. We have 1 player here. Numerically, we have an advantage. Secondly, we can play the ball over the top. Whereas if you go this way, you've got to do what? Cross into the area, right? So if you win the ball on the flanks, I personally don't like trap. Whatever it is, right? Between trap, again pressing, working, sweet. Okay, as we get into the third, I prefer trap inside, in most cases. So you can gegenpress quite successfully on Football Manager. Now the question is this, how do you gegenpress for 90 minutes? Now, in the game of Football Manager right now, okay, gegenpressing needs stamina, work rate as the principal attributes, right? In fact, in the game of Football Manager, if you play any system, right, you need stamina and work rate, okay? I mean, I'm not one of those that is looking at, this style needs this set of attributes, that style needs that set of attributes. I mean, people ask me that question. I'm going to preempt that question because people are bound to ask me. I'm going to ask you what your style is. What style of football do you want to play? Who do you want to see attacking? Who do you want to see defending? Okay, you answer those questions yourself. And then you go and choose the right kind of players for that. Because if you want a counter-attacking system, because you like the tall and the short striker, those are attributes you're looking for, right? You're looking for strength in one player. You're looking for acceleration off the ball with another player. That's what you're looking for. The counter-attacking means that you need players in the area that can win the ball, right? In the center, you need players that can win the ball. So you need jumping reach as well. Then you need positioning and concentration because if you want to play counter-attacking, so ask yourself those questions because it's going to be based on the tactic you are going to be making. Not bad, okay? So it's 15 minutes in. And we have been playing, so we are playing on attacking mentality, right? So what is happening when we play this mentality? I'm going to go, we play on this very attacking mentality, even a 50-50 chance, they're going for it, right? So they're trying everything they can to get, to generate attacks at the moment. And we're playing on the highest mentality, not the highest, we're just playing on attacking, okay? So we've drawn 2 yellow cards. The one thing I think that SI need to fix, and this I'll admit I think is a problem, is I am the king of getting players sent off right now. Okay, in quite a number of the games I've played, I've managed to get the AI, the AI down to about 10 men. It's happened too many times already. So I think that that is something that SI will have to address. I don't think they address it now. I don't think they're going to address it now. All right, so now for 90 minutes, right? So this is a good way to start a game. For example, you want to start at 100 miles per hour, you can. Gegenpress, right? 20 a minute. Now, we're going to do this right now. Okay, I'm going to do this, right? Because I'm going to drop this all the way so we can see in between highlights the condition of our players. Okay, if you're going to Gegenpress, and this is very important, if you're going to Gegenpress for 90 minutes, for heaven's sakes, please have players on the bench who can take over. Unless you have very, very good players, like high stamina, high work rate, high natural fitness. These are the 3 important attributes you need for Gegenpressing. All the others, yeah, they're great to have, but you need these 3 first. Okay. Secondly, then you need acceleration. And if you're playing a narrow Gegenpressing system, because sometimes you want to play narrow, you want to increase. Okay. When I play Gegenpressing, it's always going to be narrow attacking patterns so that my players are closer together. When we lose the ball, we can counter press. I get more than 2 players on another player. That's Gegenpressing, right? So I normally don't play wide. So you need players who can hustle. And you need players who got acceleration to get away, good first touch. Look at him. You need control of the ball, right? And then, yeah. So you need like first touch, agility, balance as well in the final third for some of your players so that you can create those counter attack, get into the area and score goals against teams that are stacked. So here we go. Gegenpressing. See how this happened? 2 of them. I got 2 players almost always going for the same player. And we're still doing okay, right? 2 players almost all the time going for someone. And I'm not using step up more yet. But what's going to happen soon is my players are going to start losing their, their conditioning is going to get screwed, okay? Yeah, look at that. This is all Gegenpressing, 2-on-1, 2-on-1, 2-on-1. Every time, 2-on-1, 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 2-on-1. How do I achieve 2-on-1? Okay, first start, there's 2 ways, remember? First, I did this. So every time the central midfielders get the ball, we hard tackle him. Who's the other one? Oh, one is gone. Okay. Oops. We've lost the other one. Okay, this guy, we are hard tackling the AMC as well. I'm being evil, man. We're going to do this to this guy. Okay, so we're hard tackling these 2 because it's on the positions, right? So, yeah. We're going to hard tackle the guys in the middle. I forgot to do that. That's why and this, it'd be a lot easier if both these guys were on support duty. Look at our players now. Bellingham, look at his condition compared to the other team. Okay, we're going to leave this. And I'm not going to change. I'm not going to take Bellingham off, right? What are you going to notice, right? When you do a hard pressing system or Gegenpressing system, if these 2 become very tired, you're in trouble. So it's only 27 minutes. You can see the difference in conditioning right now. This always tells me, I think I better start getting worried. You notice the highlights have changed? They had a throw-in in my half, right? So Jude Bellingham is on attack duty. Or rather, I think he's on attack, yeah. Because I'm playing an anchor combination with him. So players are going to make mistakes. They're having to run a lot. And they get a shot. See what's happened? Another highlight. They're attacking me now. Why is that suddenly happen? What did they do? No, your player just had an issue, that's all. I'm not saying that we cannot Gegenpress. You can play 90 minutes. There's a way to do it. Okay. There's a way for you to Gegenpress for 90 minutes with a squad, but you have to do you have to be very good at rotating your squad, right? You have to be very good at timing your players' availability. And you have to also be able to use the magic rest button, right? So, no one says you can't Gegenpress for 90 minutes. You can. But you see what's happened? As the game has worn off, our center has started giving up space. And I haven't done anything. I haven't changed my tactic. But you saw the first couple of minutes when we were all over the opposition, right? Now, we aren't all over the opposition anymore. As you can see, Jude Bellingham, he's playing a good game, but he's getting tired. So unless I score another goal or I make a change, right? So this is going to carry on. What if the thing is right now in this Gegenpressing system, I'm kind of confident because I've got Anchorman. Okay. I'm not playing with 2 DMs. Now, if I go in here and I tell this guy, hey, you know what? Why don't you give Mr. Jude Bellingham some support? And he goes, uh-oh. His first reaction is, uh-oh. Okay. Now, he's still going to start running out, right? We have a problem. We are intentionally losing this game, man. I don't believe I'm doing this on purpose, but we ought to see the effect. Because, I mean, we should easily be running riot over two central midfielders who are getting tired, right? Okay. Okay, look at this, right? Now, Jude Bellingham. Now you see Saleh, this guy, getting more and more. He's going to start to get more and more tired. I've got Schlotterbeck and Sule bringing the ball out. So, taking some of the grunt work out. Look at how we win the second ball. Gegenpressing, right? Again, what was that? What instruction do I have there? Hard tackling, remember? I have hard tackling. You see, now we have a problem in the center, heart of midfield. Yeah. Easiest way to do a system like this is to put 3 players there, right? So you get like one more. And he's running, he's lost the plot, okay. And then he gives the ball up. We're getting my ball playing defender to do most of the running. We lose the game, ball again. We get into our third again. Yeah, the highlights have all changed. Yeah, he's the one, the ball. Now he's supporting Jude Bellingham. He's playing a bit deeper. Okay, so now Jude Bellingham is a friend. So we're taking a bit of a risk. But my players are going to get tired. Yeah. Not all the time. Depends on your players. But 35th minute, my players are tired already. But you don't see this when I'm playing on lower mentalities and I'm playing on lower tempo systems, right? Normally, when you see me play, my players don't get tired. My players don't tire out before the opposition players do. Because in this game right now, if all my players, my plan is to push all these players to the hilt. Okay, we are pushing all of them to the hilt. Okay, what's going to happen when your players become very, very tired? You're going to concede goals because your players will start making all kinds of mistakes. Okay, and especially in like the center. Look. Okay, let's watch. Okay, we already got the 2. So far, it's not so bad. But this, if I wanted to do a gegenpressing system right now, I would have a bench. I would have 2 players on the bench ready to go in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I'll have them off the bench. Then I will also have a plan on how to dial things down, control the match and slow the pace of the game down, kill off the opposition, right? Instead of me chasing the ball and chasing the opposition all over the place, I'll get them to chase me. You do that by lowering the tempo, okay, and then going longer. Right, so what you do is you go a bit wider, so you pass the ball over longer distances and you make them run a lot more. Exactly. Correct. Now's the time when you slow the game down. But I'm not slowing the game down. I'm going to keep going. I want to see what happens. We are doing this gegenpressing. Right, we know the system works. Okay, there we go. It's going to happen. You don't make any changes, something is going to happen, right? So I know there is going to be a problem, right? Look at the center now. Look at what has happened to Jude Bellingham. Oops, sorry. that didn't last long. Okay, let's look at Jude Bellingham again. Jude Bellingham is a spent force. He can't help out. Okay. Yeah, look at him. He's gone. These 2 guys are now controlling the show. And if you got a tripod, we got like a triple whammy here, right? So this Jude Bellingham is out. But we're going to keep going because we want to see what happens. Because this is what I'm going to do. Look at the center. The center is gone, right? The other players also getting tired. But now they're making all kinds of runs through our center because our center cannot track these runners anymore. And what the AI is going to do is it might change, no? It might take off one of these players. Yes, and now we're tired and we're in a bad place. So when you do gegenpressing, you got to recognize your own system. Okay, you got to be able to tell, all right, when I want to play gegenpressing, I want to play these very attacking systems. Where should I worry? Which part of the pitch should I be the most concerned about? Which is the area that I have to think about when I need to make a substitution, when I need to bring players on? You got to identify them. For most systems, it's always going to be a 2 central midfielders. So, okay, all right, now we got 65 minutes. We're going to see what happens to Bellingham all the way, man. I rather have a strategy where I'm tiring the opposition out, right? I gegenpress, tire the opposition out, and then gegenpress again. Instead of gegenpressing all the way, I gegenpress maybe the first 30 minutes to get the goal. Then I control the game. I drop my mentality. I increase my tempo. I increase my width, right? So that's what I do, because as the game wears on, both the teams are going to start making mistakes, right? So I want to take advantage of all the mistakes that the team is making. Sorry. Yeah, I lost momentum already. Exactly. You will see all the information popping up on your screen, telling you things like, oh, you know, you better do. It's a clue that you should do something. And when, okay, now we've got, now this is going to be fun, because the AI now has got a fresh pair of legs here, right? We are in trouble. He's on Jude Bellingham's side of the pitch as well. So, usually, I once played against a friend of mine, and we were playing draft mode, right? And I told him that he had a bug in his game. It wouldn't be fun to play against him because it wouldn't be a good reflection of our players. Because as the game started, his second match, his team started tired. My team was fresh. I smashed him 7 goals because his team couldn't keep up. Yeah. So these are things that you might want to bear in mind when you're playing the game. So right now, we haven't changed anything. Jude Bellingham is our set. We managed to score a goal. That's good. But Jude Bellingham is extremely tired now. So let's look at him. Let's go. Click, Judy. Hey, Jude, don't be afraid. So he's not really coming back anymore, right? He may be a another thing, he's a volante on attack. Okay. Another reason is because he's a volante on attack. Okay, he's a volante on attack. He's not coming back. Okay, he helps us to build up play. After this, we'll change it to. If you change his mentality to attacking, right, or defensive, he'll start coming back. Yeah, exactly. Most teams that play an aggressive press nowadays, they do it at a certain phases of the game. Even Liverpool, the same. They start the press. They start at the early phase of the game, and then after that, you see the team starting to control the game. The other team comes back into it. You know, they start like Liverpool. Yesterday, Liverpool played against Spurs, right? It wasn't really very much of a. Yeah, they started like a house. I mean, they started like a bullet train, man. The first couple of minutes, and then after that, they let Spurs back into it. Yeah, there we go. Now I dribble more. Is it a hack? No, it's not. If you got the wrong player, Jude Bellingham can't run anymore. You see, he tries to run, he got the ball, and then he lost possession of the ball straight away. So players start making mistakes. So if I wanted to maintain this result, right now, I've got a lead, right? The first thing I would do, take him off. Okay. Second thing, I'd take this guy off. Right. If it's a Gegenpressing system that has got these 2 players there, I will take those guys off first. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy off as well. So my advice is when you play the game, like, try things out. Right? Okay, so we got lower mentality. It's not what we can do. We can actually go on very defensive mentality. Maintain everything else. I can drop my defensive line slightly. I don't need much higher defensive line. I can do a drop off more. Okay. Then we go back inside here. I increase the width, lower the tempo. I mean, if you can do this, there's no need to run a defense. What all these instructions will do as a group, right? They will slow the game down. You will see me moving the ball side to side. I'm not suggesting I've gone to the lowest mentality. You can of course do this on cautious, right? You can do this on cautious, you can do this on balance. Okay. I'm just doing on the very extreme end just to show you a contrast. But you'll see things like you've taken your foot off the gas. The commentary just popped up, right? We're not taking it easy. You see this our segundo volante. He's still gonna try. Look at him. He's not bombing off so early like we would when we were on attacking duty. And then if we need to defend, he's gonna come back as well. And because I've lowered my tempo, all kinds of other things funky things are happening. Like they take us. I mean, I don't think anyone has seen me use time wasting, right? Lately. So even on very defensive mentality, we slow the game down, right? And yeah, man, we're doing everything we can just to control the match. So this is if you want to do gegenpressing. Okay. I know that people are playing the game right now and they're struggling because some of them love gegenpressing and they're making, they're having issues. So if you want to do gegenpressing, you can. But if you're the sort of person that only believes that Football Manager is going to be a game where you just want to play one tactic, you don't want to mess around, you don't want to make any changes, then yeah, man. If the game gives you challenges, don't complain. Yeah, so here we go. We're keeping the ball. We're not chasing it as much as we were earlier. Tempo is lower. We move the ball around, and then we got the width. And it's a slightly different system. So now instead of us running around, we are going to ask them to run around. And I can tell you one thing, right? On lower mentality settings, chances are you will probably finish the game in a very strong position. Yeah. So you can definitely drop it from very attacking to something like balance and manage the condition of your players. So, and the highlights have changed completely because now they're running. I'm not running all over the place anymore. Okay, so there we go. Dawood, look at him. He's defending. He's holding his position. There he goes. He drops again. He's a volante on attack. Look at where he is right now. Now he comes back. Look at him busting a gut. He's in the area right now. So these are things, the small little things that I've noticed are changes in the match engine compared to FM22, right? So in FM22, you could get attack duties to come back from central midfield. But what I'm seeing a lot more right now is something that I didn't see in FM22. In FM22, if I played on a lower mentality, if I wanted to create a counter-attacking system, I would always have to play on positive mentality to get a fast transition. Now, no. You don't have to do that anymore. This is the other way you do gegenpressing. Immediately after a game, give your players rest. And you'll be fine, right? So, that will be solid ass, man. Okay, questions. I see a lot of questions. More comments. This is, okay. Keep the ball if possible when I'm facing a better opposition. I go for the counter. I've been listening. Yeah, it works for me. Correct, man. Alexandra Ulrich. The strategy is time. And it's not a new way of playing. For many of us, we've been doing this for many years, right? It's just the only issue we had for many years was we couldn't play on lower mentalities. That was the issue, right? We wanted to play on lower mentalities so our players wouldn't take so many risks with the ball. And then it wouldn't work, right? Because we wouldn't be keeping the ball sensibly. Because in order for me to, it was either you keep the ball sensibly on low mentalities and not try anything, which was the case in FM22 when you play on very defensive, or you play on positive mentality with a low block and a low line of engagement. You set it up that way, but you're playing a counter-attacking tactic on attacking mentality. So it didn't make any sense. Now you can actually create a counter-attacking tactic with a low block, but play it on cautious or counter or on defensive mentalities. Yeah, Hassan Uto got sacked. He didn't just get sacked. He got sacked during the game. I think he got sacked right after the game, man, yesterday. The match ended and Hassan Uto was given his walking orders. I mean, it's terrible, right? I think it's the second time he's lost a job just like that, no? Would you do the changes? Would you make the changes earlier, say halftime to try? I wouldn't do halftime. No, I wouldn't do halftime. I would do it closer to the 50th minute, 55th minute. See, I would do it before. I would do it at the 50th minute, yeah. Halftime is, sometimes I do make those changes at halftime. I have made those changes at halftime. It could, it doesn't, at the moment for FM23, the beta, it doesn't kill your team long term. Yeah, it doesn't. It's a complaint a few of us have had, a few of us are making about the game right now. We think that I'm of the opinion that injury rates have to go up for gegenpressing system. Right now, the injury rates are about the same. Yeah, so it's not really. I don't think there's a downside to it. Yeah, not enough of a downside. So now we've got all these players unfit. So we're gonna change them around. Roos, Reina, Wolf, IDME. So we're gonna play with another. Okay, who's this shorter back? I got no more defenders. Yeah. Who's this Mane kid? Sorry, no thanks. Okay. All right, we're going to try it now. Now we're going to try with this. We're going to try it against Borussia. Oh, this should be a good game. This should be a good game. We might have a problem right now. Yeah, you can play cautious mentality and get those counters. That is the difference right now between FM 23 and 22. In FM 22, if you wanted good counters with a low block system, you had to play a low block on higher mentalities, taking more risks with the ball. When in reality, you wanted to take less risks with the ball, right? Okay, now you see this is we are playing away from home. First, that's a problem. Okay, gegenpressing away from home, I find on Football Manager 23 to be very risky. Because most sides, yeah, if you don't have the players, right now, we don't really have the players. Some of them are substitutes. Hummels, I wouldn't play him, it's too slow. Paslak is not that good. Yeah, so we might run into trouble. What's a good tactic to try for a lower level team? I probably play this tactic for a lower level team, 4-2-3-1. Yeah, this one I'm using right now, a deep 4-2-3-1, is good for a lower level team. Because you can commit to an attack and still have a solid defense, yeah. It's another goal at the far post. Guys, my routines are straightforward, man. Yeah, home games are a lot easier. But if you want to play away from home, like, okay, we've taken the lead, right? We could get impressed, we took the lead. Okay, I'm gonna just chill a bit, see what happens, right? So we're gonna drop it. Was it okay? All right, we're gonna drop this. We dropped. Now we're gonna drop off more, right? Oh, Wolf is off. Wolf is injured already. Sheesh, I thought it was sent off. Okay, so what can we do? Can we bring on somebody else? Torgan Hazard. Okay, I don't think he played the last game. All right, so we're gonna drop the mentality to balance. So you don't really have to go. Oh no, I don't want to play on a counter all the way, very defensive. My friends are gonna make fun of me. So you can play it on balance as well. But notice 50-50, right? Risk appetite for your players. So you still get your attacks going, right? So our transition was still quite nice. From back to front, form passes, and we got ourselves a shot on the goal. Right, so looking at this, right? So that was one transition. We're going to wait for another transition. Hopefully we can see another one because I want to drop it to very defensive after this. Ombre Chan, please don't get set off. I'm trying to show people different mentalities. Can you stay on the pitch a bit longer, you useless German? Bloody useless, that guy. Former Liverpool player goes down and stays down for a long period of time. I still remember the match against Bournemouth. He went down. He did a slight challenge on somebody. He was on the ground. The bloody ball moved to the end of the pitch. I was coming up again and he was still on the ground. And then he got up slowly to start running around. Okay, so what's happened? We draw our mentality to both of them on cards, right? Remember what we did earlier with OIs? Hard tackling. Okay. All right, so balanced mentality. Our line is a bit high. All right, players are taking some risks, so we're leaving some space for the opposition to exploit. Okay, what if I do this? We go to defensive now. That line that you saw, the defensive line, is gonna shift slightly now, right? I'm not playing a deep block. I'm playing a regular system, right? High press, regular system. But instead of playing a gegenpressing system, I'm playing higher. I'm playing higher up the pitch. But I told my defensive line not to be as high as they were when I started scoring the goal. So I haven't really changed my tactic too much. I'm just playing with a bit I'm playing with a bit less risk. But look at the transitions. We're still trying to get up the pitch. We're leaving space open, so we're taking some risks as well. And they get into the area, shoots again defensively. Okay, not too bad. But the thing is right now, right? My players are running all over. Okay, what if I want to do something different? Okay, so I go like, we're running all over the place too much. Okay, so let's not run after them. We let them bring the ball out. Okay, so I'm going to let the opposition bring the ball out. Now what I do is different. Okay, I'm going to come in here. Come here. Okay, we're going to trigger press them. Ay, can you do this properly? Oh yeah, I forgot, right? It can't do all of them. This is only downside. As I hope, I don't know if this is going to be fixed though. Okay, so I'm going to type mark them as well. See what we're going to type mark. Done. So we gone into a mid block now. I'm going to remove the prevent shot goalkeeper distribution because I've taken the OIs out. So I'm playing a different game now. I'm playing soak and hit. Okay, but now my problem with soak and hit is I only got these two roles attacking, man, actually. Right, so this is the only downside to this strategy right now. Only those two are running. So we've got these two. Now these Mazalas have to come up the pitch. So these Mazalas are going to come up the pitch. This DM is going to come up the pitch. So they're going to give us space. Yeah, I know it's bad news. So we'll see what happens, right? Because on lower mentalities, I'm kind of expecting my players also not to take too many risks with things like challenges too. Yeah. At least that's the plan. But I have OI set up for hard tackling. This is the only problem at the moment. Right, so there we go. Nice challenge. Hard tackle on that guy. This guy, Royce did it. Right? So you saw the hard tackle on the CM. That was done by Royce. Because we have OI set up for that specific purpose. And look at this. Does this look like a defensive setup? No, it doesn't. Look, but we come back nicely. Look at where he is, the volante on attack. And then they play a low percentage, a low risk pass. That was a low risk pass because even if we lose the ball, our players are well positioned to handle any kind of a counter. So on defensive mentalities, you will see your players trying these kind of passes too. So it's in previous editions, we never saw this unless we changed our mentality. So the mentality changes right now are very, very good. Okay. Why did he make that pass? He's a wing back on attack. If you come in here and look at the wing back on attack, what does he have? Take more risk, take fewer risk. Decision making is up to him, right? He has, he makes those decisions on his own. Of course, you can tell him to make those kind of passes more often by taking more risk, but what's the point, right? It might be too risky. So now that we've taken the lead, now we want to be greedy. We want to keep the lead. So what we'll do is we'll play Guerrero here and Dawood there. Freshen our two in the middle because they're on yellow cards and we're expecting to defend. So look at this, right? So they come in. This is the zone where they are going to operate because we're doing a mid block. Munir decides, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, he decided to push someone. Okay. Now we got fresh legs. Guess who's highlighted? Oh, we got another highlight. So this is how you play with mentality now, right? Learn how, and I can say one thing, right? Mentality at the moment. See, this the reason why he's doing this. I want to show you this, right? Now, this is what happens in the real game of football, right? In real, when you're watching football on the telly, your fullback is always tight on the winger, right? But if you don't apply mark tight, it's going to be like this. Okay, see this opposite pitch? The ball isn't there. So there's no reason for him to mark anyone tight. So he's going to stay like this. But here, the ball has come to this side of the pitch, right? So where are the positions this player can release the pass to? Here is one of them, right? Remember what I've given him a play instruction to mark tight. So this is what happens as a result. So when he gets the ball, he goes in straight away. He's on him all the way. So he does not allow him to play the pass and he's gone backwards. Now this guy, remember the OI I had earlier? I put an OI on the fullbacks to show them inside. If you go to the OIs, you notice I've told the left back you can only pass inside by show onto right foot, right? So watch what this guy does. When he comes in, he's gonna come to this position here, making it impossible for him to pass the ball to this player. He has to go back here. See, as he goes, he wants to play the pass. He's blocked, right? So he turns back and he's gonna go back here. So he goes back here. He can't play the pass. The whole idea is I want them to play the pass here. But because I'm such a I'm such a, I'm playing this setup where I've also got these guys being pressed. So the trigger press is on him as well. So when he gets the ball, he can't take too long to play the pass. Tackle hard is on this guy. So they go in, they want to tackle him hard, he has to release the pass. So this all the angles being covered, right? So he goes out, now he's got the ball, they're showing him wide. Pass luck showed the winger wide instead of coming inside because I don't want him to pass. The reason why I don't like wingers passing the ball inside is because it's more dangerous. So I want him to pass the ball outside. So the winger, on the other hand, yeah, if you look at this again, okay, here is Kone, right? He's going to get the ball. The job of this player right now is to pay attention to the show onto foot instructions I gave, right? Or this, I don't know which one of them is going to be in the winger position. So he goes into the winger position. Yep, okay. Okay, keep him on this side. Don't let him come inside. So they're all working hard to say, okay, fine, Kone, you only got the flank left. And when that happens, he loses the ball. So I'm not advocating that we go into this game and master the art of the OI. But OIs are actually very simple. They're the easiest thing to set up in the game. Right? You don't need to have if you have played football, it becomes a lot easier, right? So if you've ever played football competitively, you will understand what I'm talking about here. I think I was coached like that as well. So whenever I was playing last time as a fullback, I was never allowed to. I would get hollered at by my coach if I allowed the player inside. I mean, right? So sometimes he would tell me, I want you to keep the opposition fullback. Okay, I want you to make sure that the opposition fullback can only pass the ball inside. Sometimes here I have to do that. Sometimes my coach will come up to me and say, no, today, let him run down the flanks because they got no other wingers. Let him bring the ball up. If he brings the ball up, we can put pressure on him. He's got to cross the ball. Just don't let him pass inside. So that's what we've done here, right, with these OIs. So we got a lot of OIs, man, set up. So remember, that's an angle. We only apply angles to him. We didn't set up things like hard tackle, tight marking. The tight marking is on the attackers right now. So every time the attackers get the ball, we get in on them straight away. Turam is away. He's offside. Okay, good. So now the attacking group is being tight marked. So let's just verify everything again. So you guys see this? All these guys are being tight marked, right? And these guys have been shown angles. So they get the ball. Yeah, not easy, man. They're not going to be able to get past us now. The midfield is every time they get the ball, we also bloody Muppets, man, with the ball. We're putting on the Muppet show, baby. Now I've got Royce is injured, man. Okay, let's take him off. Love to the kind. Let's do something kind. Okay, Julian Brandt comes on. Okay, last player. Let's not lose any players now. We've made a few substitutions already, is it? Yeah, I think I did some substitutions a bit early. Okay, there we go. Reina wins the ball. Now, the thing is, sometimes you make substitutions. You do substitutions too early. Your players can be more tired than their opposition players. So be careful about that. Yeah, easy can be easy, man. So right now you see my ball playing defender on the left, shorter back. He's tired. So dribble more is not a very good instruction for him to have right now. So, you see, I'm playing on very defensive mentality, and I can't believe this. Look at that, man, guys. We're on defensive mentality. What's wrong with this mentality? Nothing. We keep the ball so effectively right now. So this is a change that SI have done, and it's a phenomenal change that allows you to play controlled matches, right? You can control games to such a point now. It's something that we couldn't do before. And the transitions are just the same. Look at that. It's like last year's positive mentality. This is what I would get. To get this last year, I would have to play on positive mentality. Now I can play this on defensive mentality, knowing that when the counter is on, the players are going to try and get the ball up the pitch. It's just on higher mentalities, we just take too many chances sometimes. We lose the ball too often. Okay, so what can we do now? Okay, drop the tempo. Let's drop the tempo to the very lowest, right? Okay. They run into trouble all the time now. I mean, I expected this game to be a lot harder. Borussia Mönchengladbach, because they have some decent players in that team. Hazard, Munier still wing back on attack. Look at that. Nothing has changed. So he's on attack duty. He's gonna bomb. We are in the opposition third. I'm gonna take part in the attack. But if we lose the ball, I'm gonna bust a gut and get back. You see, that's gonna happen. And players who have got competitive streaks will do what Adeyemi just did, but he doesn't have a competitive streak, I think. Yeah, Hummels is gonna go on a dribble now because he's got that instruction on him. Schlotterbeck still has the strength. Brand goes wide. Okay. Not too wide. And then look at that. This is very defensive mentality. It's like they're going to make sure that the pass can be made. No? So your job as a manager is to create a tactic that gives you the best chance of moving the ball up the pitch. Right? So I made a tactic that has got like an inverted winger looking to make a pass inside, a winger to stretch the game, a shadow striker and pressing forward who are going to be like my 2 goal scoring threats. And then I got Volante coming up in support on the left side. And I got wing back on the other side. And then I got one anchor in the middle. So the only time okay. So we conceded a goal because we conceded a goal. Why? I think we are getting tired. No, this is Matt Hummels. Matt Hummels acceleration 8. Tired already. My 2 defenders are tired. There we go. 100% my defenders are tired. These guys are a spent force. The 2 defenders can't run anymore. Okay, so what do we do? No! I can't do that. I have to come in here. I hate this takeoff instruction. They put it right there. So dribble more is off. Dribble more is off now. I've been making them dribble all over the pitch, right? So of course they're tired. Hummels is at a 6.1. He's playing badly. I think it's more than just risks. Yeah, it's more than just risks. Because mentality has always been a poorly named slider. It's always been a poorly named slider. The only people who really knew what mentality was all about were 5 people. The 5 people that made the tactical creator. The rest of the world doesn't know what the mentality slider means. Only 5 people in the world know what mentality does when it was first created. The rest of the world, and there wasn't like a very big manual to explain to people what mentality does back then, because the mentality definition back then was a very loose and simple one, and I completely disagreed with it. So I was like, guys, this is we have to, yeah, it was one of the reasons why I disappeared from the game for 2 years. Yeah. So the thing is, now this is what I wanted mentality to be in 2014, which is a reflection of the not only just the risk, right, but the styles of play, right? If you are playing defensively, you are also not trying to take too much risks with the ball. You're trying to move the ball around, right? Mentality has always been that kind of thing that we've been using in the game. And first up, it changes tempo, it changes width, it changes passing directness, right? It does all those things when you change it, because it's that one big switch that affects 5 small things. And then when you change mentality, it changes all the mentalities of every single player on the pitch. Some people didn't know that. I mean, like, yeah, they think that it's about mentality. Yeah, okay, it changes the mentality, but apart from that, there's other things it changes too, right? So it changes what they do on the ball. It changes how they press. That's, yeah. So far we've stopped, right? So I don't want to go there anymore. I'm just glad I don't have to explain that anymore. So you still find players taking risks with the ball in possession or higher mentalities. It's because if they have the ball, they might try a riskier pass. On lower mentalities, they might try the less riskier pass. You see, that's what happens. And then the initial positioning of the players is slightly affected on lower mentalities too. You can see earlier just now when we had the ball, the Volante actually stepped back, right? He actually stepped back. And that was because we were playing on a lower mentality. If we were playing on a higher mentality, the Volante would have been high up the pitch. So that initial positioning caused by mentality is still a factor in this game. But I'm not going I'm not about to go into the game and start dissecting small, minute changes to mentality or make explanations to that effect. I'm not bothering to. And people can spend the next 3 years doing that and have fun. This is not meant to be. These are some of the changes I want to see in the game. The other change I want to see in the game is the removal of attributes. Yeah. I want to see attributes removed from the game completely. Totally remove attributes from the game. Just give like this guy's a good dribbler, this guy's a this guy's that, this guy's a good defender, he's great in the air, that kind of thing, Just give loose descriptions of the player. That's all I want to see. Yep. I want everything put under the hood. No attributes, baby. I'm hoping, right, in the future, right, SI give us a game with no attributes. Meaning we get descriptions for the players. So this guy is a great attacker. This guy is a rated his speed, or his A for speed, B for this, that kind of thing. Yeah, I want to see that instead. Because right now we become too focused on, people are too focused on this. What's the difference between 11 and 13? What's the difference between 13 and 8? Oh, no, we play, the worst part is now when we change mentality, what people are going to do. Oh, I see. Mentality has been changed, right? So when you play on a higher mentality, if I were to call this the 0 point, yes, and if you play on very defensive mentality, does the winger now stand on 0 point? Or when I play on very attacking mentality, does he stand on +6? Exactly what's the difference between that and attacking mentality? Is now +3, +4? Okay, thank you very much. I used to have those kind of conversations with people. You know how annoying it is? I think Paul Collier once reacted to one of my comments. Somebody asked me a question. Yeah, I remember he reacted once because I had enough of explaining it, and he was laughing and laughing and laughing at my explanation. Because now you don't worry about mentality. I mean, mentality is about risk. It's about decision making. All right, it's about that's it. Risk and decision making. That's all you're gonna do, right? Your attacking duties and your line of engagement are gonna be very important now. When you create a tactic, you want it to be defensive. It's your line of engagement. It's your defensive line. That's the first two things you worry about. Yeah. What's a good tactic to try out for a lower league team? Is with this 4-2-3-1? Maybe Portuguesa, the 4-3-3 DM. Liquid or Galileo? I'm not playing Liquid or Galileo for FM23. Yeah. I've made Galileo and Liquid already for FM23. It's in the folder. Liverpool, Real Madrid in the Champions League. Liverpool drew Real Madrid. Revenge. Bring them on. But Real Madrid is going to clobber you in Liverpool. Yeah. That midfield is too strong. Liverpool have no chance in the Champions League if we don't get Jude Bellingham in our team. And that's not happening. Yeah, Jude Bellingham will not be playing, right? No, yeah. Doesn't matter, Ivan. If your team has low decisions, you can play on low mentality. It's logical to no. Your decision on mentality has got nothing to do with your players' decision making. Okay. That has got nothing to do with the decision making attribute for your players. I'll explain why. Because if your players have all got low decisions, right? Okay. You don't automatically go and play defensive mentality because you want them to be cautious with the ball. Yeah, it can help. Definitely can help. I'm not saying it won't. Okay, I would recommend playing on a balanced mentality for a team that's got low decisions relative to the league you're in. Yeah. I wouldn't go attacking mentality with a team with low decisions. 100%. No way, man. It's too dangerous. Yeah. Because mentality is now working so well with decision making that I would recommend very strongly to look at your team vis-a-vis the rest of your league. Yeah. Hey, Champions League draw done. I didn't know, man. Champions League draw. I always check Champions League final tickets. I was supposed to go to the Champions League final last year. Okay, Leipzig play Man City. Oh man, that's easy. Club Brugge. Oh, this is gonna be a good game, man. Brugge and Benfica. This is gonna be classic. This is a match I would love to see. Liverpool play Real Madrid. Oh my god! Of all the teams to pick, we got Real Madrid. Real Madrid is gonna be so interested in smashing us, and that they might, man. Milan plays Spurs. Oh, I feel sorry for Spurs. So much for your Champions League. Frankfurt and Napoli. Bye-bye, Frankfurt. Dortmund and Chelsea. Bye-bye, Chelsea. Yeah, I think Dortmund is going to have one over in Chelsea. Yeah, I don't think they can do. I think Dortmund is going to take Chelsea. Napoli going to take Frankfurt. City going to take Leipzig. Brugge is going to take Benfica. Madrid to take Liverpool. Inter Porto. Inter to take Porto to take Inter. Milan to take Spurs. Bayern to take Paris. Yeah. I think Dortmund is going to take Chelsea. I'm pretty confident Dortmund is going to do one over Chelsea. Dortmund aren't that bad a side, no. It will just depend which Borussia Dortmund show up. Yeah, Chelsea is very unpredictable. Yeah. Is Spurs in there? I don't think Spurs are there, right? Well, Spurs are, right? Tottenham, Spurs are out, man. No way you're going to beat. I don't think Spurs have what it takes to beat Milan. I mean, Antonio Conte is going to go to Milan and park the bus and the house and everything else. And the thing is, if Spurs go to Milan to draw, Milan are going to come to Spurs to win. No? Milan can play the attacking game. Yeah, you think Benfica will take that? Yeah, Benfica might, right? But Brugge has been playing quite well. Benfica have been playing very well as well. Yeah, I think this is for me the tie of the last 16 is this tie. I want to watch this more than I want to watch this. This is almost a foregone conclusion. Liverpool are going to lose to Madrid. There's no way Liverpool can take Madrid. Not with that midfield of theirs. That midfield in Madrid is the best midfield I've seen, man, in Europe right now. They've got the best midfield in Europe right now. All right, so this. In fact, this season it could be Man City, Real Madrid. If the draw suits them, they might end up in the final. Napoli has been playing a very cavalier style of football, right? Very attacking, very nice to watch. But Liverpool showed that it's possible that for Napoli to lose. But that game, Napoli already secured qualification, top of the table ahead. So then they get Frankfurt. Napoli will beat Frankfurt easily. Dortmund and Chelsea, I'm very confident Dortmund is going to take Chelsea. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like I got this strong feeling this London club is not going far. Inter and Porto. I mean, I would like to see a year where Benfica and Porto go through. But I think this is their best chance this year to go through. If they can navigate these two teams, Inter and Benfica and Porto could go to the quarters. Yeah. But it's a tough one. I mean, everyone is a tough team, right? No one is easy nowadays. Porto have a good side. Benfica have a good side. Leipzig and Frankfurt are the two weaker sides here, but Leipzig can always pull off an upset. They've done it in the past. And the thing now is this, right? Exactly. The World Cup is going to screw up a lot of these teams now because quite a few of these teams are going to have injured. I have a very bad feeling some of these teams are going to have injured players. Right, those teams that have got very heavily committed to the national squad, they're going to suffer. And already we're seeing injuries piling up. You know how Harry Kane got injured, right? Harry Kane almost got injured yesterday, man. This World Cup, I swear to God, I have got nothing nice to say about the World Cup in Qatar. I think it's a disgrace that the World Cup has to be held in Qatar. I think look, as a football fan, I want to watch the World Cup. So I'll end up watching the World Cup. I'm not going to, I can't boycott the World Cup, right? I mean, it's like a bit stupid if I'm going to boycott the World Cup, but I can say what I want to say about the World Cup. It's like we are being held hostage by a bunch of dons, mafioso kind of dons, deciding where the World Cup should be had based on where the money is the nicest. Right, so it's gone to Qatar. Qatar has got questionable and enough said. The fact is, they had to put the World Cup mid-season. Players are going to get injured this year, and the follow-through of that will be next season. They're not going to recover. It's very wrong, man. And it's all about money nowadays. Champions League turning into a kind of a super league in 1 or 2 seasons time. That's also another disgusting thing. I can't stand all this, man. It's just very, very ugly. Yeah, I know. It's like I want to go to the World Cup. I'm not going to Qatar. Fuck off. I'm not going to go there. First, I want to be able to dance on the streets with the rest of the World Cup fans. I want to be able to have my beer and not worry about paying 30 quid for a mug. Or be told, hey, you're going to have to drink the beer over there. That's the only place permitted for beer. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I want to have fun. It's a carnival atmosphere. See, the World Cups that have had the best atmospheres are the ones that have like a carnival. I mean, South Africa was a scary World Cup. Everyone I knew who went to the World Cup was like, oh shit, man, I'm leaving the world. I'm scared, man. I'm leaving my room. Fuck. Yeah, man, I don't know what this place is like, man. Sheesh kebabs. Yeah, they were all scared, man. My friends who went to the South Africa World Cup, they worry about getting mugged half the time. Now, for the Qatar World Cup, I tell you something, those guys who go to watch the Qatar World Cup, you're going to be staying in accommodations that 2 weeks ago hosted a Qatari worker who was kicked out of that accommodation to make space for you. So that's why I'm not going. Otherwise, I'll be in a World Cup. I guarantee you. So not this World Cup, maybe the next World Cup I'll be going. Yeah. Exactly. The World Cup I always felt like the World Cup should be hosted by countries who have a football heritage. Right? I mean, okay. And the other thing about the World Cup is it's expensive to have a World Cup. You shouldn't just be giving it away to countries that... Okay, the reason why the World Cup should be hosted by the right kind of countries is not because it's, let's introduce the whole notion of introducing football to the world is kind of stupid in the world of the internet, all right? Come on, guys. Don't give me that nonsense. Oh, we want to bring the World Cup to Asia because, they have not experienced the World Cup before. What's wrong with you? We got the internet, man. I can TikTok. I can watch TikTok. I see this fan jumping on the streets. I can imagine the party, so don't give me that bullshit. Okay? There's so much bullshit coming out of FIFA. So, yeah. I'm like, the World Cup should be hosted by the powers. England, France, Brazil, Argentina. Russia maybe, okay? The big powers. And you want to also make sure that countries have the financial power to host the World Cup so that countries don't go into debt, leave fucking white elephants behind for the World Cup. Some of these nations that hosted the World Cup, right? The bloody stadiums are deserts, right? Bloody nobody goes to the stadium anymore. Hey, we had a World Cup. Yeah, baby. Yes, we hosted the World Cup. Now, I don't know what's going on in the stadium. The last time I checked, there was a flood. Yeah, the flood in the stadium. It's stupid. Give it to nations that have the financial capacity to carry the World Cup and handle it. Organize the World Cup. House the players, right? Without having to kick out workers from their accommodations. Yeah, disgusting. So that's how I feel about the World Cup. Yeah. It should go to countries who have a heritage and who have not only the heritage, but a financial capacity to organize and conduct a World Cup. There are not many countries that can do that. Only a few. I think off the top of my hand, I can only count 4 countries who have the financial power, right? And the facilities to conduct a World Cup that is superb. And I tell you, I don't think the South American countries, maybe I think Argentina now can. I mean, some of the South American countries are not in the financial position to do it, man. Yeah, but the thing is, right, when World Cup goes to smaller nations like Mexico, right, they have to build stadiums. Once the World Cup leaves that country, the stadiums don't get used again after that. They have to dismantle the stadiums or they use it for something else. That's what's going to happen. No. It should not be to countries that are too small. You're going to have to build how many stadiums? Right? You're going to have so many world-class stadiums. So, it shouldn't be Mexico. I think the World Cup should be hosted by countries like the USA. I don't mind World Cup every year, USA. Seriously, give it to the US. Let them do it. They got so many fucking stadiums over there. Okay. Let the US be the host of the next 5 World Cups. Right? Let England be the host of the next 5 World Cups. Let Germany be the host of the next 5 World Cups. Right? Let France be the host of the next 5 World Cups. These are countries that should host the World Cups. Portugal can be the host of another World Cup. Countries which have a history of having large stadiums and have a history of organizing these kind of competitions. Not some Mickey Mouse donut like bloody Qatar. I'm sorry. I'm dead set against Qatar, man. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of people haters, but hey, c'est la vie, man. Okay, here we go. Come, let's go. Yeah, baby. Okay, here we go. Next one, right? So we're gonna do this now. This must be a friendly, man. Because SB29 sounds like a friendly team. Okay, we're gonna go commentary mode because I don't know who this team is. Who's this? Borussia Dortmund Brest. They're 100% friendly. Okay, we're just gonna play this on I think step up more, prevent shot goalkeeper distribution. Okay, done. Alright, done. We're just Zim plus. I didn't realize this was a friendly. Forgot. Nah, man. The USA, I think the USA will make fantastic hosts for the World Cup. They did a very good job in 94, man. Was it 90? Can't remember which of the years it was. 90, right? I think 94 World Cup. Oh my God. The US World Cup was one of the best World Cups, okay? They should. They can call it whatever they want over there. Can call it soccer for all I care. I don't care. Yeah. I think, teamwork is important, yeah. But I think a lot of the time you'll find teamwork attribute. Teamwork attribute is, okay, the teamwork attribute, you know what it means, not Indiana? It just means a teamwork attribute basically tells your team, players with high teamwork will actually stop what they're supposed to do in case another player needs help. You see swapping of positions with teamwork, high teamwork attribute as well. And sometimes you see this player moving into this guy's position. That's because of the teamwork attribute. It's just holidaying mode. I don't care, man. I'm not going to play this game. It's just a useless friend. It's a friendly. So let's make sure that I don't know who we're gonna bring on. Okay, we can bring Fast Slap. Wolf. Where's Wolf playing? Wolf is playing as a right winger. I'll bring Roth on. And then we'll bring on take this guy off him, bring on Dawood. Take this guy off him, bring on we bring on Sebastian Haller. No, that's not enough time. The match moves so quickly. Okay, let's schedule. Okay, let's go. There are 3 friendlies not going to play. Then we're just going to go to Berlin. 7th of January. Okay, I want to check something as well. I think we play enough games, right? Wait, hold on. I'll check something. Scouting, players, range. All right. How many minutes? 9. Okay, 1,006. Okay. All right. We got 1,008 already. Okay, so we got all these guys. I want to check something. Somebody said he's got more than 1,000 minutes and he couldn't get the thing showing. I'm pretty sure it works. Well, I'll just check. Does this have age? Huh. Yeah, 1,000 shows up. He says I got 1,000 minutes and higher. It doesn't show up. It shows up. Yeah. Yep. But it shows up. It's more than 1,000 minutes, right? So it's showing up. Oh. Gonna have to respond to that message on YouTube soon. 94 workout. Do you recommend play through, middle, or play down flanks? Depends on what you want to do. If you play down flanks, you're gonna see a lot more crosses. Are you talking about the focus play? Because the focus is play through the middle or focus down the flanks, right? I normally only do that if I want to cause an overload. Yeah. And I don't always you can do an overload with just roles and duties. You don't have to like focus play. Because you focus play is shift players to one side and make space on the opposite side. Yeah. All right, now we're playing. No, we're not going to play Fenerbahce and Lazio. That's the whole plan. We're running past this. So how's everybody's understanding of mentality now? Did I explain it in a way that you could understand? Or you just gonna go, or you just went like, oh, I don't know what's going on anymore, man. Yeah, focus play, you use it to create overloads, but you don't have to. Yeah, but it's good for overloads. Yeah. So maybe if you have like a inside forward who you want to see scoring goals, create space for him, right? Then you play a focus play on the left flank for the inside forward to attack the right flank. Yeah. And then if you play a focus play to the middle, your players come closer together. Yeah, you can get a lot of nice attacking patterns if you're playing like a 4-2-3-1 like I'm playing. Yeah. But do you need to do it? No, of course not. But is it nice to have? Yeah, it can help. Why am I clicking? I'm supposed to go to January the 7th. What is wrong with me? I don't want to play through these friendlies. They can do it. Yeah, mentality has been risk, always has been. Yeah, correct. Mentality is risk. Yeah, I'm gonna have to recut that video and put it out later because I thought I play a couple of games and show it to you guys, right? So it is sometimes the only way to show people what mentality is doing is, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping that with the actual game is you see it more clear. Yeah, SI will have to do an explanation. I'm not the only one saying it. A couple of other guys are saying it, and these are not content creators, right? So, yeah, we're not content creators saying it. So more like, yeah, I can't say who, but yeah, we want the internal, but I think they're gonna do it. Yeah, I wanted them to explain defensive line clear. I mean, defensive line was. There's certain things about defensive line they don't explain too. So I'm like, I mean, people seem to think it's the out possession instruction, but actually it's the possession affects the player all the time. When he has the ball, he also has to pay attention to his defensive line. He needs to know where his line is, right? So it's how far away from goal he's going to position himself. So when you have the ball and you don't get, because if there is no defensive line, ball playing defenders, central defenders are going to be sitting in goal as well when the attacker goes into the area. It doesn't make sense because, if there's no defensive line, Virgil van Dijk won't be standing to the halfway line. He'll be standing inside the penalty area waiting for the cross because he has a defensive line to pay attention to. See, he's got to stand somewhere. So even when you have possession of the ball, you are paying attention to a defensive line. So in the world of football, that's actually happening because everybody has got, you don't go further than this. Okay, you stand here, that kind of thing. Okay, fair enough. So in the game of Football Manager, same thing is happening. But people seem to have this. Yeah, I'm sometimes when I play the game, I worry that people are too rigid with their interpretation of the tactical creator, which then becomes a problem. So if people become very rigid with their application of the tactical creator, they think these are only out of possession instructions. And I'm going like, oh my god, how do I explain this? So to you, it's a rule, right? To me, it's not. To me, I play the game because I play the game logically. Like, if you were playing the game of football, you would remember that you have a line. You don't go further. That's your role. That's your position. You don't go further than that. Right, that's common sense. So when I played the game of Football Manager, I used a lot of my common sense. Like if I was playing a game, where would I stand? Oh, stand here. Would he go and stand inside the goal? Of course not. That's not where it's supposed to be. Why? Because every person has his own defensive line. See? We did it. We found out the hard way. Yeah, we found out the hard way, man. I spent a lot of time on this game over the years. The best is creative freedom. The explanation for creative freedom. That was the ultimate one. How do I explain creative freedom to everybody? Oh, God. That was the one. I think Paul Collier ended up laughing because we did the explanation. So somebody asked me the difference between 13 and 15. I mean, like, huh? What's the difference in creative freedom for a player who's got 13 and a player who's got 15? I said, what the... So I was like, and Paul was like, this Paul Collier, the creator of the game, he put a laughing emoji beside my explanation. So I was like, oh man, I'm getting too old for this game. Man. I don't do explanations anymore. I want some other young kid to do it. I'm like, oh yeah, what do you need to know about the game? I'll explain it to you. Then you take over from me. I just sit down like the old man going, either nodding in approval or frowning in disapproval. That's what I want to do. Then all the young ones take over, man. I just happily want to play the game. And I help you guys out, hey, Omricha Bellingham, let's go, man. How's about it again? Now we play the game, high press all the way, but we play sensibly. Okay? So we're gonna bring the attack, baby. Okay, opposition, let's check out it's all set up. All right, so we got Royce, Reina, Wolf, Bellingham. Now we know what it's going to do, right? But can we bring him with us? Of course not, right? So we're going to put Sule here and Munier here. Okay, let's go. Do we have any defenders? Okay, there's a lot of unavailable. So we'll just check this. And we got a nice little group. Okay, Mori, Dawood. Okay, we got I checked. There's only one. There are two DMs. So we bring Saleh. Omre Chan. No. Okay, Omre Chan, I give you a chance to play. And you might get offended. You love the game, but tactics confuse you? Oh, okay. Tactics, they can be quite confusing for people. Yeah. So, remember, now we're playing on very attacking mentality. High press, high whatever. Everything is high. High tempo. We're going Gegen, baby. Gegen, I always do this, right? Play fairly. So I can win the ball back with the counter press. All right, but this is not a very good gegenpressing system because, I don't think it is, but we'll see what happens. When I start like a house on fire, what's the phrase? I can't remember. It's not house on fire. It's something else. Okay. 5 minutes, we missed the action, man. Okay, come on. Omre Chan out to Munier. Munier plays it to go. See how narrow we are. Bang, first goal. Okay. That was fast, man. This is gegenpressing, right? Play on high attacking mentality. Take risk in moving the ball forward. Okay. This is our anchor man. Look at how high up the pitch he is. He's actually still running. Look at him. He's here. He's like, what? You need me to go there and defend? No, man. I'm on attacking mentality. This is what I'm supposed to do. Okay. All right. So he's going to keep doing that because he's on attacking mentality, right? So he's going to be high up the pitch. So look at him. Omra, go back. No, I'm on attacking mentality, sir. I'm going to be here. I'm going to protect this. Yeah, we're going to come again. You need me? All right, no. They clear the ball. He's still there. Okay. Our condition is still good, positive, yeah? No, this team is still quite solid. Okay, another thing, right? When do you gegenpress? When you see these kind of formations, it's a good time to attack them because you don't want it to come out, right? So look at this. I think yesterday I created... I played a very defensive mentality against the team and I reduced them to 0 chances for 90 minutes as well. But I played on like this. Okay, we got a corner now. Guerrero to take this. Again, you see I have this play here. Far post. Ooh, that was close. Let's speed things up a bit. Okay, again, we have the ball down the line. He just played that high. It's not like it's like a hopeful kind of a pass, right? Attacking mentality, hopeful. All right, nice. Okay. You see what's happened? a bit over the line. Okay, it's all right. Now, our defender was tight. Not too bad. But they win the header. Okay. Balls over the top. We got pressing forward and complete forward. Pressing forward going to stay in the area. Pressing forward is going to stay in the area. Complete forward is going to roam. Oh, Becker. Oh, yeah. Ooh la la. Oskan is definitely better than Emre Can. 100%. I believe he's much better. Okay. Look at Jude Bellingham. He's tired. Why is Jude Bellingham tired? We're playing on attacking mentality. He's had to go up and down, go up and down, go up and down the whole damn game. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna dial things down. Let's go to cautious. You can do this now. Start the second half. We'll drop off a bit more. We'll breathe a bit, right? Okay. Tempo. We'll drop the tempo slightly. See why intensity is now dropped. Do you play Liquid or Galileo? Play whichever system you want. I think Liquid is better. Yeah, than Galileo. Galileo is also very strong. Yeah, you can play that on. You can play Galileo on defensive mentality. Okay, we've gone cautious mentality. See that? Attack, low percentage, right? Low risk pass, right? Because the guy's on the flank. You know what's the worst that can happen, right? Okay, pop the ball up. He runs for the ball. Hey, he gets it, that kind of thing. Not gonna harm us in any way whatsoever. Low risk. Okay, now you pay attention to your condition. Yeah, bang. I'll drop this so we can see this more. See this two? See Bellingham? See these three players? 55th minute. Now would be a good time for me to go in there and make a change. But I want to see the highlight, the next highlight. He has got a goal. Always gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Right? So what we're gonna do is now I'm gonna play Saleh. Gonna play Saleh Oskan instead of Bellingham now. Take Dawood and drop. Bring on Omri. Take off Omri Can. Okay, 2 fresh legs now in midfield. Ui, whose highlight is this? It's ours. Wow. Magic even. Magic even. It's magical. It's the same. These are things that people need to understand when they're playing this game right now. If you are losing ball, it's going to happen because those guys became tired, right? One of my Jude Bellingham can't run up and down anymore, so they score a goal. Now these guys are in trouble. See that? So we got these 2 players on yellow cards. I got these 2. Maybe Wolf has to come off right now, right? So I might want to put Wolf. Take Wolf off. Okay. Because this flank is quite attacking. So I either change this guy or change this guy. I'd rather change Wolf. So who should I bring on? I think we can bring Julian Brandt. 13 tries killer ball. Not bad. Okay. Can come. No idea if he's right foot or left foot. I'm just putting him on the pitch. So now we've got this fresh leg putting pressure on this wing back rather. Okay, so how am I playing right now? I'm not going to go wider because I want to kill the game off, right? So I want to switch play because I'm using a winger. I want this winger to see the ball a bit more. Wait, we got a highlight on this side of the pitch. Where? Because we got a winger here. Come on, baby, score. Ooh, I would have wished for a crossfield pass, man. What is my reaction to the Champions League knockout draw? I think Liverpool are being knocked out by Real Madrid. That's what I think. I think the game I'm most excited about is Brugge and Benfica. I think that's going to be a sweet tie. Spurs is going to have are going to have the workout against Milan. I don't think they can get past that team. A few upsets possible in the next round. I think final is most likely going to. If Bayern can beat PSG, I don't see how anyone's going to stop Bayern. The 3 teams right now who are the strongest teams are Real Madrid, Bayern, and what's that team called? Man City. Yeah. See, we're now using the full width of the pitch. Now we stretch this team. That's it. right? So we're stretching them. So this game is about managing your team, right? So we got fairly wide instructions. We're still playing the same lines. Right. So, but now I'm dropping off more. So my approach is a safety first approach. The ball goes over the top, they track back. That's it. We can make a lot of tactics, but if you pay attention to these these are the fundamental things you can do in all your games, regardless of the tactical system you're playing. Ball goes over the top, bang. Now we got width, right? So we can see the players all standing quite far away. Saleh is getting into the area, man. Benfica are strong, right? Yeah. Benfica are playing very well though. This Champions League. I mean, I like Club. I didn't want to see Club Brugge and Benfica have to play each other. But I want to see Club Brugge do well. They're playing well. There's another team that's playing well this season. So yeah. Okay, so now I think we got room for one more change. We're gonna put Paslak here, put Brand here. So the fresh legs to keep their two wing backs in check. So this is some of the ways I manage the game. Because I'm looking at this formation and going, the only threat is these two. If I take these two, they got to hoof the ball to the attacking playmaker. And I've got these two here for the attacking playmaker. So on his own, he can't stretch their defense. So he's gonna have to play really well. So they're left to target man. Their options are cross to target man right now. So they have to get the wingbacks high up the pitch, or they gotta play the early ball, right? Both of them are not very good options against my drop off more. So we got fresh legs and their wingbacks always having to defend. And because I've slowed down the tempo, right? It's a lot easier for us. Come on. 93. Yeah. Most of these games are like, I think now Football Manager is a bit more of a tactical. I would say it's very hard to play like this, right? It's a bit more of a tactical battle. Oh no, we fucked up. We screwed up, man. That was a good goal. Oh, it's not. We screwed up. We almost got caught out. If I had played step up more, 100% there would have been a goal. 100%. But we've been looking at our match momentum. We only allowed them a bit of room. Most of the rest of the game we controlled it. We controlled the game to score the first goal, right? And this now we're just easing up, playing on a lower mentality. We're still largely controlling the game, and every time they clear the ball, it comes back to us. That's it. So if you want to play Gegenpressing, you can. If you have the players for it, you can definitely do it. But to do 90 minutes of Gegenpressing without doing a substitution? Nah. For the whole season. Anyone can do Gegenpressing for 90 minutes for one game. Anyone can do that. Right. No one has a problem playing like that. Try Gegenpressing every single game with the same team for an entire season. And then tell me you can do it. It can't be done. Not right now. Because you're going to have to make changes. That's the thing. So if you're telling me right now Gegenpressing is OP, why would it be OP? You're making changes, right? If you're making changes and bringing substitutions on, you're playing a high intensity tactic for 90 minutes. It's possible if you have the right players. But you can also play a decent low block system for 90 minutes and still win games. So right now, a lot of what we're going to be doing in Football Manager 23 is managing our games. So if you can manage your game, it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't you think? I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm having a lot of fun. I've been managing a lot of these games. I mean, can you imagine the feeling? Right, you go into the game, you start off and you go like, I want to score a goal really quickly. You go in there and you set the system up for Gegenpressing for the first 10 minutes. You get that goal, right? And then you tell yourself, okay, now I want to ease off and I'll play for the next 85 minutes. I'm going to play very defensive. I'm going to play a low block because I know I can do it. Could you have said the same thing last year on very defensive mentality or low mentalities? Do you think you could have said the same thing to me last year? I don't think so. Because last year, most of the time, if I went into a defensive huddle like that, you'd hear me saying, "Oh God, I hope everything holds. I hope we don't concede a goal. Like, this is risky. I'll be holding my hands. You'd be doing the same thing too, right? Because every time you went into a huddle, you'd be like waiting for all those shots to come at you. You'd be defending all those shots. Now you can still do the same thing on lower mentality. So mentality right now is a very different thing. Okay, it's about managing your risk. It's about moving the ball out the pitch. Your attacking duties are going to pay attention to what you are doing, right? So on lower mentalities, your attacking duties are going to come back and help you defend. So the thing about Football Manager 23 right now is your bench strategy. If you want to play Gegenpressing, not a problem. You can do it on any mentality. You can do it on attacking mentality. You can do it on defensive mentality. It's just insane. On low mentalities, of course, your players will be taking as many risks. So I think when you go into this game, I want you to give that mentality a chance. Try it out. Especially if you're the sort of person that's playing with a tactic that you've used from FM21, you bring it to FM22, maybe FM23, you think it's worked for me all these years. Yeah, you may need to make a few changes, but the changes are going to be to your team instructions. Okay, so let's take a look at all the questions, brothers and sisters. I hate how in the second season, the players forgot how to score just at the big game against Wickham with 43 shots and only 2 goals. Ouch. They're missing even easy chances, and of course, other teams get better conversion rates. I would be bugged if team can last. Yeah, I think so too. I think sometimes, right, okay, to answer your questions, guys, sometimes you play the game, right, and then you're struggling for 90 minutes, right, to score a goal. Maybe you started the game, and then it's happened to me. Like sometimes opposition teams, what they do is they go into the game and they they go into this defensive huddle. Right? They don't want to move. And I'm going like, oh my God, how am I going to break this team down? So what I normally do is I've been doing this on Football Manager all the way, FM23. You know what the thing is? I go wider, I drop my tempo, and I be patient, because this is where understanding statistics is important. Who has the more final third passes? You can see there's a statistic that shows up in your HUD when you're playing the in match, right? When you're in match, there's a dugout, and then you got statistics there. You can choose to show final third passes. If you got more final third passes than the opposition, it's clear that you have control. So what are you going to do? If you have a lot of final third passes and you're shooting for the moon every time, drop your tempo. Give your boys a chance to get into better positions to try and score their goals. Or drop your mentality. Tell them not to try everything. Because on higher mentality, sometimes they'll try everything. You know, hey, I heard my grandma said I can wear this underwear and I'll score 3 goals. I wear this underwear and I'll score 3 goals. Yeah, they'll try everything like that too. So, yeah, give it a go. Oh, yeah. Me? Correct. You play attributeless for a whole season. It's fun, but I found it very hard to judge which youth academy to promote to first team. That's the whole thing about attributeless. That's the not fun part. Because when you can't see the attributes, right? So you have to look at their performances with the under 23 team. And one other way you can do that is asking the top performing players to play in the senior team once in a while, to see how they perform. Your defensive mentality and lower tempo, maybe balanced mentality, lower tempo. If you've tried all that with Sousa and you didn't score, then I would say your tactic might have an issue. Yeah. Normally, if I have control of a game and I'm moving that team around, I got possession, but I don't have goals, 100% it's going to be my formation. Then I have to look at making better, higher quality chances. Because, okay, XG is a reflection, right? I am never happy if I have XG of 2 or 1.2 or 1.3 or I'm never happy. I want very high XG because I want to know that my average shot quality is very high. So then I know I'm making good quality chances. I'm never happy if I have like Okay, if I had 2 XG of 2 and then I had 20 shots, right, I'm not happy. I don't mind if I had XG of 2 and I had 10 shots. Then my average XG is quite high. So he's talking about your average XG. It was my Arsenal tactic. Yeah, then look at your players as well. I mean, like my Arsenal tactic, I went wide certain times. Right, that is a overload tactic. No? And it was made for Arsenal. It wasn't made for every team. It was specifically made for Arsenal. Susa, are you using it with Arsenal? It was with a rotation squad from City. Then, yeah, I made it specifically for Arsenal because it's meant to overload one side of the pitch and then players are supposed to come in. They have an F9 that scores all the goals. And they have like, yeah, there's a lot of value. If you play a mid-block, John Smith, if you play a mid-block, hit early cross is very nice because you're going to cross the ball before they have a chance to defend. Okay, so now we got Sule can come here. Then we got Saleh Oskan coming back. Got Reina Wolf. Who should play here? I played Donnell Marlon. I mean, I haven't used Karim Adeyemi for a long time. Torgan Hazard in the center. Let's try him out. So again, we're going to go into this game against Wolfsburg and we're going to play attacking mentality. We're going to gegenpress them as well, right? So one more time, it's just gegenpressing. Maximum plus we're using the opposition instructions. Oh, this is going to be fun. But I have massive ball over the top problems. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of ball over the top problems. This is going to be fun, man. Which defensive line? Defensive line is how far up the pitch you want your back line to be, right? So it depends on your own back line. I would say a good defensive line, normally you can play most games a high defensive line. Definitely starting Palemo tomorrow. 100% starting Palemo tomorrow. Or maybe if I'm streaming later tonight. I don't think the gate, what time is it right now? Yeah, I won't be awake, man. Yeah, I'll be sleeping. So tomorrow, definitely. 100% Palemo is up tomorrow. We kick off our Palemo journey tomorrow. Saleh Oskan going long, playing it on attacking mentality. Putting pressure on this group of players. Is this the perfect way to play? No, in fact, I want to do right now, right? Enough of this Mickey Mouse tactic. I'm tired of this tactic already. Bored. Yeah, we're gonna try something different. Attacking support. This is crazy, man. I don't even have the players for this. I just want to try it because I'm just gonna try it. Okay, DLF. We'll just ask Wolf to attack. Royce to be AP or support. Huh? You mad or what? Mazzala on support. CM on defense. Box-to-box midfielder. Okay. Wolf, can he be a box-to-box midfielder? I think you can, no? Yeah, you can. Hazard can come here. Royce can come here. Yeah, Royce can play forward. I think can ask him to play here. Alright, okay. So Royce and Marlon. Wolf playing here, Munier playing here. This guy is a wingback. No, we'll tell him to be a fullback on attack. Tell this guy to be a fullback. I think I have no idea how this is going to respond. This is crazy, you know. This is like gegenpressing without a DM. Congratulations, I'm going to start conceding goals now. I'm very confident I'm going to start conceding goals. Alright, so let's watch. I'm very, very sure this is going to happen. D duty box to box already. He already picked up one yellow card. Let's see. Okay. Bang. We don't win the second ball. So how dangerous it is. He's not so high. Yeah. Got nice. Guerrero now with the ball is a wing back. He's going to go right past the Mazzala. Mazzala, him getting into each other's way. Okay, Wolf through. Okay. All right, shorter passing. I'm going to try focus play in the middle. I'm going to tell him to go a bit fairly wide. First, get further away. What leagues do you tend to have active on your typical save? Most of the European leagues and the major, at least the major European leagues and the major South American leagues, yeah. So that's about, I would say, I'm planning, okay, tomorrow's one, I'm not planning to have 170,000, probably about 80,000. So I'm going to minimize them, yeah. Gonna have like, I mean, it's possible to put in 100. Last year I did 170,000, right? But after a while it became, I'm gonna have like 80,000. Probably gonna have England, Germany, all the major leagues, right? All the top 10 leagues in Europe, all the leagues in South America. So Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Uruguay, they'll be there. Mexico, USA will be there. France will be there. Nice. The Mazzala get in. Ui. Oh. Yeah, so Europe will be England, Germany, France, Portugal, Denmark, Holland, Italy. Italy, of course, is where we are. Sweden. Yeah. Yeah, 4-3-1-2 is playing okay against this system. Because, okay, we're going to try something. I'm going to push these wingbacks, make them carry the ball a bit more. Okay, so we got Mazzala here. PF on support. All right, so he stays in the area. Yeah, we are Gegenpressing still. Damn. Play on attacking mentality. Largely last year's tactic. Nothing has changed from last year, this tactic. Almost nothing. Except I'm playing on a higher width. Yeah. Oi. Oh, man. Oh, sorry. What tactical advice do you need, man? Dashing Harry. Okay. So we done this. Okay, so well, this is my 4-3-1-2 for the year. No, it's too early, right? I think Shadow Striker will be a better one. But Shadow Striker means I run the risk of then we get 3 groups, right? We get this group attacking. Oh, this is not auto. We only attack. Come on. I'm not a mouse. Okay. Yeah, somebody asked about the focus play. No, I think this would be a good place to focus. Yeah. I think we're gonna use a focus play with this one. I move the focus to the left, then I get more space on the right. This could be good for focus because we got Mazzala. Because if I focus play through the middle, everybody congest the center. Oh, look at that press, man. That press is so sweet. The trigger press is still on, right? We're still using the trigger press. They can't even get the ball out now. Oh. All right, so when you play something like this, then you got to worry about your players' conditioning, right? Those 3 midfielders and the 2 fullbacks. The price is even more expensive than the 4-2-3-1. The 4-2-3-1 I already have to worry about bringing on 2 players. In this tactic, I got to worry about, holy cow, now I got to think about the 3 midfielders. I got to worry about the 2 wing backs. There's 5 players I got to worry about. So, yeah. So what's up, man? Dashing Harry. What's the question that you want to ask? Guerrero with a corner. Oh, it's penalty. That was fast. Okay, we're going to save this tactic. I haven't done a 4-3-1-2. This is a 4-3-1-2. Okay, so we'll save it and then now that I've saved the tactic, it's not going to work. What should I need to consider when making a 4-4-2 diamond? I'm worried about the flanks. Oh, yeah, narrow tactic. Okay, if you're playing a 4-4-2 diamond, your 2 roles in the center are very important, right? Those 2 midfielders. So you need them to be able to win the ball, bring the ball forward, right? Okay. You also need pretty decent work rate for your central midfielders because they're gonna have to they're gonna drift to the sides. So your DM in the center has to be
exceptional, right? You have to have a very good DM there who's got very good anticipation, concentration, positioning. That player has got to be able to read the play and help you defend the territory. So you got your biggest, the biggest thing that you need to consider is players, because a 4-4-2 diamond can be fun, can be a lot of fun. And then here, this is the other thing. If you have average fullbacks, like they don't have a lot of acceleration, right? Then you're going to have a problem with the 4-4-2 diamond, because your wingbacks are the source of your width. So they need to either possess great acceleration, right? Anticipation and concentration. These are the attributes you're looking for. I wouldn't worry about positioning. Well, we worried if they have low concentration and they have low acceleration. You want them to get up the pitch and be a nuisance, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Otherwise, you might have issues. Yeah, those are the things that you want to consider when you're making a diamond. If you have the players to do a diamond, yeah, go for it. It's a good tactic. Yeah, this is like a cousin of a diamond, right? What I'm playing, same principle. In fact, if you are playing a 4-4-2 diamond, I would go, do a mez box to box combination, like exactly like what I have set up. The mess is gonna try and go and support the wingback on that flank that you have him on, right? The mess becomes a very dangerous player, because he's gonna pull players to him when you get the ball. So the wingback is playing off him, and he'll also be in very good crossing positions. And then what I've done is I've played a pressing forward support instead of another player that moves into the channels. That way, I have somebody in the area there, so the wingback gets more space, right? So my favorite role right now, one of my favorite striker roles, is actually the pressing forward support. Hey, we did it, man. We swapped to a 4-3-1-2 midstream. And Gegen press the whole game. Oh, sorry, it's not halftime. Oh, sorry, we haven't Gegen pressed. I thought the game was over. I seriously thought it was done and dusted. It's still that was only halftime. Oh god, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see which of these players gets tired first, right? See this guy, and you want to mark tight with your wingbacks. Yeah, if you're playing a 4-3-1-2 or a diamond, right? Get these guys, go in there, come to them here, show them some love, tell them to mark tight. Opposition instructions are going to be important as well. So here we're doing a gegenpressing system. These are my opposition instructions. So I'm actually putting a lot of pressure on this group. I'm in their face. So let's make it even more. Let's make ourselves more of a nuisance, right? We hard tackle. What were their strikers in front? Well, we'll weak foot we'll weak foot a lot of them, man. Hey guys, come on! Can I do two? I'm aiming for my second flatline XG. The first one I did on very defensive mentality. This I'm doing on higher mentality. Oh, what a ball to Royce! Yeah, Marco Royce will take the penalty. No, okay. Come on. Munier out to Bellingham. Bellingham turns, finds Guerrero. Guerrero is going to get into the area and he's going to crack. Keeper held it. Our opposition instruction is very simple. I'm going to try to release a video tomorrow, right? But if you're playing a high press, do what I did, which is backline opposition instruction trigger press. So the entire backline and the DMs trigger press them. If you're playing high block, mid block. Yeah. Oh no. Hey, we won the ball back. Oh, nice. He's in. Daniel Marlon shoots. Daniel, you stupid schmuck. He had a player to pass the ball to. Man. Hey, 4-3-1-2 works. This is more or less the system I was using last year. Except last year I had what? Sorry. I hit you guys. I had an attacking playmaker on support. Maybe we can. Sure. This is a bit too. I like AP on support. Let them funk it up. Cause more problems to the opposition by holding on to the ball. Plus, we've got a focus play now on the left. Oh, what a okay. I was about to say what a cross, but then he gave it to Munier instead. I thought I was gonna deliver it to somebody in the area. Kids are okay. Mother-in-law now is in hospital. So we haven't continued adventures in the land of the home of Daljit Singh and his family. Yep. I've got to call this soon because I got to go and pick up the kids. Oh man, we couldn't get the 0xg. I did it yesterday, but not today. Yeah, one corner. See, as the game wears on, the AI might make changes. I'm expecting the AI to come at me. This. I don't think 4-3-1-2s are the best formation in Football Manager 23. They're not. The 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3 are still the strongest. But the strongest setup is strikeless, followed by asymmetric systems, and then 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. Yeah. That's how I feel. The 4-3-1-2 now is not the strongest. It can't handle some of the formations. You're gonna have to make changes, and then you'll expose your center too often. Whereas the other systems, they've got better protection to deal with, like systems like what Chelsea are playing. Nice. Yeah. Boom. Offside. Okay. We got key highlights now. So you can see we're not that tired, right? We're not that tired. We allow them one shot, one goal. And these systems tend to be so cross heavy. Is that see, when this thing leaves the screen, it leaves a blue little thing on the screen. Have you guys noticed it? There's small little things like I wish SI would have addressed. Shorter back, brings the ball forward. Yep, you sweet thing. Guerrero waiting for him to run. Guerrero's like, can you give me the ball? Marlon, you missed a gift. That was a gift, man, for Marlon. Barca versus Manchester United. Barcelona versus Manchester United in the Europa. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. But still, I think the tie I'm most excited about is Brugge and Benfica. I like to see Brugge and Benfica play. I mean, Liverpool and Real Madrid to me is like a foregone conclusion. Thanks for all the fish. We'll see you next year again in the Champions League. That midfield of Real Madrid is one of the best in Europe right now. I salivate at the thought of having those three players in my midfield, man. Liverpool's midfield won't be able to. We'll see what happens after the World Cup. Which of these clubs will have a team to field after the World Cup? We'll know for sure. Because there'll be injured players everywhere. All right. Think about it. Some of these clubs have got quite a big investment in players overseas, no? Paris, PSG. Oh man, I can't wait to find out, man. Real Madrid. Oh boy, watch the World Cup, man. She's got a spinal injury, man. Borussia Dortmund doing well, top of the table. We're storming home. We're gonna win the title, man, this season. No, it's been a canter, no, for us playing as Borussia Dortmund. And we've been changing tactics a lot, right? Now I'm showing you high Gegenpressing systems. Earlier on the stream, I showed you defensive mentality. Now I'm doing attacking mentality. Yeah, so the thing is, you can do Gegenpressing systems. It's so straightforward. But you got to just worry about your personnel, that's all. Okay, and load the tactic. What is it? 4-3-1-2, right? We'll try it again. See whether it works. I think it's going to fail. I'm being very positive about our chances. It can't work, man. I don't think these systems are that strong. But it'll be interesting. We are doing a Gegenpressing version now. Okay, so let's go. With a focus plate on the left. Who are we playing? I have no clue. We're playing Mainz. Okay, better beat them. To make your wingers go one-on-one against the opposition fullback Asawa, you need to play with a lot of width on your wingers. Just need to stay. Yeah, I just play a lot of width. Yeah. Stay wider, sometimes they'll be alone. Yeah, this when you play with a lot more width, they got support, right? So if you play the ball, and okay, if your plan is to get the ball out to the flanks a lot and you want to use the wings a lot, then go wider. Yeah, don't just play stay wide. Because stay wide sometimes just you tell a player to stay wide and then you play narrow, the ball still doesn't go out to the flanks nearly as much as you would like. So you want the wings to get used, go wide. Yeah. Go wide. Okay, we got mines, and so this tactic, we're playing against them again. Okay, once again, right, guys? In case you guys are wondering, we have OIs. We're using OIs. Okay. A backline midfield, huh? Yeah, just so as you guys know. All right, so we started the game and already 3 shots on target. Gegenpressing system, playing on key highlights. When you do a gegenpressing system, it's your bench strategy that's most important. It's like you need to understand very quickly who are the players that you need to take off and bring on. You know, like who do you refresh? Because you want to keep the pressure on them. The moment they change these players, we're in trouble. So this is, wow, this is gegenpressing. Playing on attacking mentality. Right? Wow, why haven't I scored a goal? We're rushing. We're just moving. We're just going at light speed. So what you can do is drop tempo. Yeah, so I could drop tempo. Right? I could drop tempo. If I wanted to work ball into box, maybe we can do this. Drop the tempo. It's not going to affect your gegenpressing system adversely. Me saying that will probably concede a goal. Now I might have a problem, right? Okay. I'm not playing a slow player here, but the thing is, in our gegenpressing system, we are playing with this instruction: step up more. Well, it can be handy if you're playing with a slow defense, right? So you're playing like step up more is kind of useful if you're playing with players who are slow. But if you lose the ball, don't expect them to get back. So if you want a safety first approach, drop off more. Come on, let's go. What else can we do? Is it low cross? See, we're rushing, we're pushing the anti. Yeah. Adeyemi now with the ball. We did drop the tempo. So Guerrero is bringing the ball up, working the ball into the box, and then Amrichan. It's not what's the best score, it's what's the best score in your team. Yeah. Over time, the numbers are going to change. It's what's the best score in your team. You always check what's the best score in the league, that kind of thing. Yeah. There's no like, what's the best number to aim for kind of stuff. The only one that I can tell you the best number to aim for is the defenders. Yeah. And the strikers. So chance creation, normally is 0.5, 0.6 is pretty good, but it depends on the period of the season, right? What you're playing. Yeah. So, like, I normally have a lot of my players on 0.6. Yeah. Maybe my Mazala might be on a 1.6. Yeah. We are playing this. You see this? 4-3-1-2 doesn't have a DM, right? I'm playing high up the press, high up the pitch. He's gotten tired. And we're still attacking them down the flanks. Wolf is not having such a good game. Marlon is not having such a good game. But usually teams start making mistakes and he can take advantage of them. The AI and they mark that set piece well. Let's see if it's a bug or not. Okay? Okay, all right. Okay, the way I've set my set piece up, I've got Age of Area. Right? I've got one Age of Area here. Okay. This is go. Yeah, it's not man marking. This AI setup is go back. All three of them are going back. So they're not marking anybody. Right? They're all running in like Muppets. As this same thing if you set GB on your players. Right, so he's not free. And this player, he's coming on his blind side. He's actually looking here when he should be looking here. So this could, to some extent, be a bug. Yeah. Keeper had it. It was deflected into the goal. Playing wider has created a lot of inside runs and funny different combinations. Yeah, if you're playing wider, you should see a lot more passes. Depends on where. Ultimately, a lot of it will depend on roles and duties and how you set them up. So I normally have got wingbacks on attack, wingers on attack. I always go wider if I want the ball to go out to the wingers. If I have an attack duty and I want to see him get the ball, I'll play it on attack duty. See what's happened again? See, this is like if you're playing step up more, right? And we are playing with a slow defense. So if you want to win games, right? And you can gegenpress and you have a slow defense like this, you're asking for trouble. So step up more is not a magic blue pill, no, for every system that you play. Step up more is actually a liability for any system that's not playing with a DM. If you play without a DM, step up more is not going to be your friend. It's going to be an enemy. So you always end up having to, if you can't keep the ball in the transition, you lose the ball like that, you don't have the security of a DM helping you, right? So there's no DM here. So he's happily running. They're creating a 2v1 here and they score a goal. So this is the reason why if you want to play step up more, there are two things you have to pay attention to. One, do you have the players to play a step up more? Do you have the players at the back, right? Two, firstly, you got to look at whether you got a DM or not. If you don't have a DM, then you need very pacey defenders. Or you have to be, you see, if I'm playing a 4-3-1-2 like that, if I want to play step up more, my defenders have to be very good as well, right? If they make a mistake, they can actually recover. Now my defenders aren't fast, so I have to do this, which now becomes a bigger problem for me because I'm not playing with DM, right? So for me, a gegenpressing system like this without a DM is suicide football. And plus, now I got other problems. These two are not going to help. This group is not going to help me defend against this side. So I got to go in here and make an immediate change. So we got to go in and maybe I'll bring on Torgan Hazard. Yeah, that's it, man. We're in trouble. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I don't think we can. If we play like that, it's going to be very, very hard. Yeah, so you're going to get caught out a lot of the time. So a simple system like this which just has two players on top. These two are actually competing against these two most of the time. So this system already has a 2v2. So this extra DM here, in this system, they've given us a 2v3. So your choice of formation is very important. You know, you have to understand how these instructions now work in the game. So if I play on a very attacking mentality, players are busting a gut to go forward. So it's actually a risky setup in this tactic. Right? The only thing good about this kind of tactics is, I might be able to move forward and try and score goals, right? On that, risky. We'll just hoof one ball up the pitch. But I wouldn't have been able to do this if I hadn't made substitutions. Yeah. If I hadn't made these substitutions, I guarantee you I would have lost this game. All right, guys. I've got to go and pick up my kids. Let me just check the comments. The only thing is the counter press playing wide feels like asking too much. Yeah, when you play wide and you counter press, it's not a positive thing, guy. Counter press works best when you're playing narrow because then your players are closer together. You can do a counter press. When you play wide and you're trying to counter press, your players might not be close enough for the counter press to work, and then you're just opening up space for nothing, and then you end up losing the ball. You saw that just now in the 4-3-1-2, right? So you gotta be careful with your setups. So if your setups are well thought out, you should not have a problem. But if they are not, then you will have that problem when you choose the wrong instructions. So I want to thank everybody for popping on today's stream. I've got to go. Content will be a bit, this week might be an issue for me. So for those who know, thanks for your kind words, but I've got to go and do some looking after, and I've got to try and find some arrangements for my home. Yeah, my mother-in-law needs to go for an operation on her spine. So so it's causing some issues for me in terms of content. So you guys stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you again soon. Meanwhile, come to my streams if you have questions, and I'll try and change things around my stream so I can help you guys out. You stay safe. Bye-bye.